I honestly don't see how Altcoin Daily finds these two figures, one, potentially being a possible murderer, and two, the person who literally rug pulled his own freaking coin, and he finds them to be bullish because they're bullish crypto? Like, seriously.
And what a change from the past. The leaders of the tech industry today are pro-Bitcoin. They're pro-crypto. They see it as the future too. As the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman says, I'm excited about Bitcoin too. Here's why.
I'm excited about Bitcoin too. But I think this idea that we have a global currency that is outside of the control of any government is a super logical and important step on the tech tree.
All of this comes from the top, of course.
Yeah, let's trust a guy who literally made over or around $1.4 trillion in deals in AI infrastructure build out, who literally only apparently makes 13 to 420 billion in revenue and is deeply negative in the red. How are they going to even finance $1.4 trillion of deals? Seriously, when they're having negative cash flow. Does that make any sense to you? My guy, and the fact that this guy, which I'm very surprised this video itself only got 204,000 views in a month, even with the reach of Tucker Carlson. I don't know. I usually don't do this because I don't like to watch the entire video. But rather than making you guys click to a different video to actually see this thing, let's watch it together and leave a comment down below of what you think. Because in my opinion, and just my opinion alone, the way he reacts during this interview is very sus to me. But you be the judge.
So you had complaints from one programmer who said you guys are basically stealing people's stuff and not paying them, and then he wound up murdered. What was that?
Also a great tragedy. He committed suicide.
Do you think he committed suicide?
I really do.
Have you looked?
This was like a
Wow, he went to suicide so quickly too.
friend of mine. This is like a guy that, and not a close friend, but this is someone that worked at OpenAI for a very long time. I was really shaken by this tragedy. I spent a lot of time trying to, read everything I could, as I'm sure you and others did too, about what happened. It looks like a suicide to me.
Why does it look like a suicide?
It was a gun he had purchased. It was this is like gruesome to talk about, but I read the whole medical record. Does it not look like one to you?
No, he was definitely murdered, I think. There were signs of a struggle, of course. The surveillance camera, the wires had been cut. He had just ordered takeout food, come back from a vacation with his friends on Catalina Island. No indication at all that he was suicidal, no note, and no behavior. He had just spoken to a family member on the phone. And then he's found dead with blood in multiple rooms. So that's impossible.
That's another key. Blood in multiple rooms. How is it a suicide? Like, how does that make any sense?
It was really obvious he was murdered. Have you talked to the authorities about it?
I have not talked to the authorities about it.
And his mother claims he was murdered on your orders.
Do you
On your orders. And look how he reacts.
believe that?
I'm asking.
You just said it, so do you believe that?
I think that it is worth looking into. And if a guy comes out and accuses your company of committing crimes, I have no idea if that's true or not, of course, and then is found killed and there are signs of a struggle, I don't think it's worth dismissing it. I don't think we should say, well, he killed himself when there's no evidence that the guy was depressed at all. I think, and if he was your friend, I would think you would want to speak to his mom or...
I did offer, she didn't want to.
Yeah, she didn't want to because she's basically accusing you of the freaking murder, basically.
So do you feel that, when people look at that and they're like, it's possible that happened, do you feel that that reflects the worries they have about what's happening here? Like people are afraid that this is like...
I haven't done too many interviews where I've been accused of like...
Oh, I'm not accusing you at all. I'm just...
Like, I'm telling you, the way he reacts and the fact that he felt attacked to the point where he had to even say that in the first place. Like, I don't know, man.
Saying his mother says that. I don't think a fair read of the evidence suggests suicide at all. I just don't see that at all. And I also don't understand why the authorities, when there's signs of a struggle and blood in 2 rooms on a suicide, like how does that actually happen? I don't understand how the authorities could just kind of dismiss that as a suicide. I think it's weird.
You understand how this sounds like an accusation.
I love Tucker Carlson's reaction. It's just, oh.
Of course. And I certainly, let me just be clear once again, not accusing you of any wrongdoing, but I think it's worth finding out what happened. And I don't understand why the city of San Francisco has refused to investigate it beyond just calling it a suicide.
I mean, I think they looked into it a couple of times, more than once, as I understand it. I saw and I will totally say, when I first heard about this, it sounded very suspicious to me.
Yes.
And I know you had been involved in.
See, that's just weird. He was getting so defensive in the beginning. Oh, I feel like I'm being accused. I never been to an interview where, I'm being accused of murder. And to now shifting to saying, you know what? When I first saw it, you know what? I thought it was suspicious too. Because if you remember in the beginning of the interview, he went straight to suicide. And now all of a sudden, you know what? When I first saw it, you were right. It seemed kind of suspicious. I was a little bit sus. What?
Was mother
You were asked
reached
to look
out
into
to
the
me.
case.
And I don't know anything about it. It's not my world.
She just reached out cold?
She reached out cold.
Wow.
And I spoke to her at great length, and it scared the crap out of me. The kid was clearly killed by somebody. That was my conclusion, objectively, with no skin in the game.
And you, after reading the latest report,
Yes.
look,
I immediately called a member of Congress from California, Ro Khanna, and said, this is crazy. You got to look into this. And nothing ever happened. And I'm like, what is that?
again, I think this is, I feel strange and sad debating this and having to
I'm
defend
not
myself
even
seems
debating
totally
it, I'm
crazy.
just
And you are a
asking.
little bit accusing me, but this was like a wonderful person and a family that is clearly struggling.
Yes.
And I think you can totally take the point that you're just trying to get to the truth of what happened. And I respect that. But I think his memory and his family deserve to be treated with a level of respect and grief that I don't quite feel here.
I'm asking at the behest of his family. So I'm definitely showing them respect. And I'm not accusing you of any involvement in this at all. What I am saying is that the evidence does not suggest suicide, and for the authorities in your city to elide past that and ignore the evidence that any reasonable person would say adds up to a murder, I think is very weird, and it shakes the faith that one has in our system's ability to respond to the facts.
So what I was going to say is after the first set of information that came out, I was really like, man, this doesn't look like a suicide. I'm confused. This looks like...
Okay, so I'm not being crazy here at
Well,
all.
but then after the second thing came out and the more detail, I was like, oh, okay.
What changed your mind?
The second report on the way the bullet entered him and the sort of person who had like followed the sort of likely path of things through the room. I assume you looked at this too.
Yes, I did.
And what about that didn't change your mind?
It just didn't make any sense to me. Why would the security camera wires be cut? And how did he wind up bleeding in 2 rooms after shooting himself? And why was there a wig in the room that wasn't his? And has there ever been a suicide where there's no indication at all that the person was suicidal who just ordered takeout food? I mean, who orders DoorDash and then shoots himself? I mean, maybe. I've covered a lot of crimes as a police reporter. I've never heard of anything like that. So no, I was even more confused.
This is where it gets into, I think, a little bit painful, just not the level of respect I'd hope to show to someone with this kind of mental.
Again, going back to the grief and on this and that, but the fact that Tucker Carlson is actually literally asking on behalf of his mother, and he keeps going back to the grief. Oh, we shouldn't talk about this because it's bro. Something is just very sus about this guy.
I totally get it. It's
People
just his
do commit
family
suicide
asked
without
me.
notes a lot. Like that happens.
For sure.
People definitely order food they like before they commit suicide. Like this is an incredible tragedy, and
That's his family's view, and they think it was a murder, and that's why I'm asking the question.
if I were his family, I am sure I would want answers, and I'm sure I would not be satisfied with really any. I mean, there's nothing that would comfort me in that,
Right.
Like, so I get it. I also care a lot about respect to him.
Right.
Yeah, respect to him. What? Oh my gosh, dude. So you're basically bullish on Bitcoin because this guy is bullish on Bitcoin, Sam Altman. Let's see the other reason.
Like, understand, prices are down today, but over the long term, this is trending up. Like, it's coming right from the top. Bitcoin is amazing. It's a great thing for our country. Like, Michael Saylor is making sure this is happening.
It's a very funny thing, crypto. So I became a fan of crypto. And to
Oh, wait, hold on. We should be playing this alongside of this right here. If I could just, oh, for the love of God, I hate Windows when it does this. Okay, here we go.
It's an industry. I view it as an industry, and I'm president. And if we didn't have it, China would, or somebody else would, but most likely China. China would love to. And we've dominated that industry. It's a big industry, by the way. In fact, when the stock market went down recently, crypto and Bitcoin and all of that went down much less than anybody else as a group. And we've created a very powerful industry, and that's much more important than anything that we invest in. We invest in it, but really that was an industry that wasn't doing particularly well. I got involved with it a couple of years ago, and before the second term. I got involved before I decided to run. I only decided to run because I saw what was happening, and Biden was incompetent, and the administration was crooked and incompetent, and I was in Bitcoin then, not knowing if I was going to do it a third time. So...
And you're literally bullish on Bitcoin because I can't even believe this. Our own literal president has a coin under his name that literally dropped 95%. Dude, how are we living in a country where our own president basically, or I guess allegedly, rug pulled us? I don't want to get sued. This is just my opinion, okay? But bro, what the F? Like, what happened to your coin? Why did it drop at one point 95% from its all-time highs? How is this even legal?
It's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces. And I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar. And it's a great thing for our country. So I don't care about investing. You know, I have I have kids and they invest in different things. They do believe in it. But I'm president. And what I did do there is build an industry that's very important. And, you know, if we didn't have it, China would. Okay.
So it doesn't surprise me to see things like this happening. And we're going to continue to see different crypto companies do.
Okay. Either way, I think I rotted my brain enough for today. So that's pretty much it. No technicals today. I just want to react to this ridiculous video. I can't... At this point, the fact that he even used them in order to, you know, put this bullish scenario video up, I feel like he's just making these kind of videos just to get the views. That's it. Hopium gets more views than logical videos, you know, going into technicals and stuff. So be careful out there. And as far as Sam Altman, I don't know. Leave a comment down below. What are you guys saying? I have no idea. The fact that this video has less than 1 million views, only 204,000 after a month, even with a reach of Tucker Carlson, that seems very odd. I don't know. But either way, it's all just, you know, in the air, hypothesis. Who the heck knows? So leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you liked it. And yeah, subscribe for more. And be sure to share this with anybody who you want to save from a possible crypto winner. So yeah, see you guys in the next one and be safe out there. Yeah.